Hello everyone, it is Pat with our Oracle card reading and message for this very end of July, the 30th and 31st, going into the beginning of August, up to probably August like 6th or so. So I hope you're having a lovely, lovely weekend right now. So I'm going to do like I usually do and work with the Archangel Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Also felt guided to work with the Mary Queen of Angels cards this week. So we will see what messages come up for us with those cards. Now, just as a little recap from last week and the cards that we got and how they turned up, because sometimes it's good to review that. So we had Archangel Ariel telling us to move forward fearlessly, and we had even a card show up from the fairies about moving forward fearlessly. And there was a vacation card in here, and I know for me, one of the ways that showed up was I actually did end up planning more vacation time or taking more vacation time for myself. I had seen a week in September where I wasn't scheduled to be anywhere, and I when I looked into it further, I realized I had a lot of vacation time accrued, so I decided it was time to use up some of that. Anyways, so, and thank you to all of you who left messages either on the video page or who, sent me a personal message about how this, reading came up for you. So it's always good to hear about those. Anyway, so let's see what's going on for this coming week. There's a lot going on in the world, and I know later this month we are due to have a solar eclipse, so there's no question that that's going to bring along a lot of energetic shifts and changes. So, all right. Ooh, okay, so there's a couple that have spilled out here. All right, the first one that's come up for us, this Archangel, and this is the Archangel to oversee our week, okay? An Archangel that we can call upon for help with things. Now we have this one, this is Archangel Raguel with the message of relationship harmony, okay? And I feel like this is, an answer to those of you who may have been praying or feel a lot of worries and cares and concerns about world events, world leaders, and things of that. Archangel Raguel is an angel who oversees things. He resolves disputes, helps to resolve arguments. He's very helpful to people who are involved in legal battles, whether it's a divorce, somebody suing you for something, what have you. And the message on this card is that he says, we angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are now being resolved. Okay? So if you've found yourself feeling fearful about what's been going on in the world. I mean, North Korea just launched a missile, ended up in the Sea of Japan. These are weapons of destruction, and this guy seems a little trigger happy. So this is, Raguel is the angel to help. It's a dual thing. He's in here to help us. He's letting us know that the angels are overseeing and helping to harmonize the relationships between world leaders. But it's also a message for you to call upon the angelic realm, maybe specifically him, ask for his intervention in helping that process along, okay? So he's letting you know they are working behind the scenes. Even in the U.S. government, there's been a lot of drama going on and people leaving and all sorts of stuff in the news about that. So Archangel Raguel is an overseer. He oversees all of the archangels, and he brings order and harmony to things. So he's letting us know that he's in here, and I feel like because this is, people have maybe specifically prayed about this, so this is an answer to a prayer. The angels are coming in to help harmonize the relationships in the world. This is also for us at a personal level, an indication that this is, what's going on this week. I feel like there's new partnerships coming in for people, that there's, if you've had your guard up before, maybe with meeting new people, if you're single, maybe new potential relationship people, that there's a softening that's taking place. Raguel is helping you to harmonize your relationships with people. Maybe previous arguments or falling outs that you've had are being resolved now. There's an open, maybe communication that's going on, a greater understanding that's going to be taking place. Okay, especially if last week we had Ariel who's the angel of courage, and we had those messages of move forward fearlessly, the mother, bird pushing you out of the nest kind of thing, telling you not to hold back, to move forward. And maybe that caused some disruption in your life with some of the relationships that you are currently in. So this is about these getting resolved, things being talked out. Okay. It could also, I think, it may perhaps for some people mean that new partnerships are being formed. Maybe even looking to make new friends, extend your network of people, or maybe in business you've been looking to do some joint ventures. I do feel like it's about either new partnerships coming up with people, or a reconnection with maybe people you've known from the past that you're going to be having, a renewed partnership or something moving forward. And you have to pardon, there's a little bit of noise in the background here because there's a truck in my driveway. But anyways, so the other archangel that popped out was Jophiel with clear your space. Okay? And she says, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, use feng shui. So it may be a message about what you're doing, because when you resolve relationships, it is a little bit of clearing out clutter. When you're clearing out drama, you are, in a sense, clearing out clutter from your life. Because let's face it, the drama and the emotions around it, it takes up your mind and your energy. And this is also about the physical letting go of clutter that's going on this coming week. For some people, I just feel like you're deciding to just throw stuff out, recycle it, let go of some major stuff. Okay. And I feel like for some people, it's because you're preparing to move. So it's, time to do a big clean out. So consider this confirmation if you've been considering that. If there's some big thing you've been on the fence about, where you've been like, should I get rid of this? Should we take it with us? Let it go. Clear it out. Because you need to clear the space. So I felt guided to call on the Mary Queen of Angels cards this week, as I may have mentioned. And I did shuffle out some cards. So let's see what we got for the beginning of the week. Okay, so we have, again, this watched over message. It says, I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that heaven is watching over my loved ones and me. So I feel like this is going out to some people out there. This is an answer to a prayer for some of you, a confirmation, especially for some of you who have been praying about children, a particular, either your own child or a child in your life or that okay, where you've had some concern around them and a process that they're going through or a difficulty that they're dealing with. They are being watched over. So consider this like an answer to your prayer. And I know a lot of you out there do pray very specifically to Mother Mary for help. So, and if you look at this card, the way her and the child are encircled in the wreath of flowers, it's like a protective shield. Okay, so they are very much looking after them. And it's, the flowers to me says to me, the symbology of the flowers says to me that it has to do with a blossoming taking place. Remember last week we had the Awakening True Self card, but sometimes when we're guiding them through life transitions, it's about a blossoming for them. They're maturing in their own way, and then a part of them is blossoming. So, anyways, someone that you've been praying for is being watched over, and you yourself are, if you feel like you've had, if you have a lot going on in your life right now. Okay. All right. So the next card that comes up for this middle of the week is compassion, and it says, "I see and feel others' points of view with forgiveness and kindness." So this is a direct connection to Archangel Raguel overseeing our week with arguments and disputes being resolved. So this is letting you know that in some relationship where there's been some drama going on, that there's going to be a lot more compassion that's coming into it. I do feel like for those of you watching, it's more compassion being extended to you. people being kinder, being a little bit more understanding of your point of view and your situation. And so, there's able to be, and it is again a result of you maybe praying for them and forgiving them. And it's allowed you to get into a more compassionate space, even without having to have physically interacted with them. And the effect that's having is they're now showing more compassion to you. Okay, that's one of the reasons why we forgive, is that when we forgive other people, it generates, even if you're not physically saying it to them, even if it's just your own mental, spiritual, inner process, it does elicit more compassion in other people. Okay, so and it speaks to the fact of, and this is part of what Raguel does, it says seeing and feeling other people's points of view. So when Raguel in that card, we're opening the hearts of everyone resolved, of everyone involved, he said. And it has to do with seeing other people's points of view with compassion, like both people in the, whoever it is that you're resolving things with. You're now both, because Raguel's working with it, you're both able to see different points of view of the person's situation, and clearer communication takes place. So there's compassion that's going on and being extended. Okay, so that's what I get about that middle. And towards the end of the week, we have the inner child card that comes up. And it says, I nurture the child within me through playfulness and self-care. All right. And this is about, as we resolve arguments with people, a lot of the reasons why they surface to begin with have to do sometimes, or a lot of times have to do with childhood issues that we never resolved, or experiences that we had when we were a child that made us have a certain guard or armor up in a certain way towards certain things. So, and as we resolve those guards get dropped. We realize we don't need to have that armor or that guard up anymore to protect ourselves, like we did when we were a child. So this is about playfulness. So it's, as an outcome card for the week, it says your inner kid, the part of you that likes to play and relax and be fun and silly or what have you, is coming out. It's about allowing the little kid in you to surface, and doing something creative and fun, and maybe taking some time out for yourself to just be by yourself, and time away from the noise and the stress and the responsibilities, to just kick back and almost, I want to say, be like like Winnie the Pooh, who just does nothing. What are you doing? I'm doing nothing. It's fun to do nothing. So anyways, this is what's coming up with the end of our week, the inner child. And in this image, and when we do cards, it's kind of fun and important to look at the images, because they do bring symbology to what it means for us for that day or for that week. And they're either reading a story from a scroll, or it looks like it may also be a piece of music. So, maybe you're getting involved in a good book, maybe you're reading stories to kids, or helping them sing, or reconnecting with, some singing you used to do when you were younger, or some aspect of learning an instrument, or maybe you were part of a chorus, or some brilliant teacher taught you to sing when you were a kid. So it's about reconnecting with that too. All those things that, as little kids, we were kind of in awe of and had fun with. Anyway, so those is our readings for the week, and I'm just going to really quick pick a fairy card here. So, okay, this one's come out. So this is trust your intuition. So, and if you look at, there's a real celestial background there. She's got one of the planets, and she's like out in the midst of the universe. But so it speaks to higher consciousness, and everything that's going on this week, whether it's new relationships or the resolution of old ones and conflicts being resolved. This message is to trust your own intuition, trust your own gut feelings about it. Trust your own decision as to whether you feel safe with somebody or not. Okay. And trust your intuition with actions to take or words to say, okay? Trust that there's a part of you that knows. All right? And, okay.